racing. It's in our blood. From the No Limits at Texas to the high-speed banks at Daytona.
I mean, nobody's going to catch that 3-truck of Hal Amy as he takes it.
From the drop of the green flag to green flag pit stops. It's in our DNA. We live for it. There's 7 nights in a week. And only one night matters to us. The moment to prove that we're the best. Laying down an entire season. Pushing the limits. We're made for it.
Bumper, Artie Peterson out to the lead. Glenn Jamison's pushing hard now. Garrett behind him. Top 5 could throw a blanket over it. Artie's going to drop down to the inside. 10 car's going to start pushing. These guys are getting a little dicey back in 5th and 6th place. Little contact between the 14 and the 70. 63, 3 wide in the front. Artie Peterson stuck out in the middle. Brandon Winning, we got a car down on the apron, 70 car, and now a car up in the wall. We got a wreck behind him. 1 lap to go. Rick Fagone has got the position right now. Garrett Helblinger and Glenn Jamison neck and neck. We got a push on the inside, push on the 10 car. Rick Fagone looks like he might pull it off neck and neck at the line, and the 10. Oh, the Garrett Helblinger, I can't believe what I just saw. It looks like Garrett Helblinger.
Survival of the fittest. 16 chase drivers. 1 championship. Who's got what it takes? As they give the command to start the engines, it's time to find out. WFO is live right now.
On it, but man, Fagone has just a perfect 1 and 2 right there, Nation. Fagone's going to bring it off the bottom out of turn 4. Can he hold them off to the start finish line? And I believe he's going to, Nation.
Your win. All right, Twisted Tuesday Truck Series getting ready to set off here at Daytona Motor Speedway. I'm your host, Bradley Cooper, live on WFO Network. We've got another great season ahead of us. Season 10 here at this broadcasting league. Little change up. Tuesday night trucks, Wednesday night B-car. But we're getting ready to go green. Last minute decision here. I got up here in the booth trying to throw some stuff together. We're running the old overlays. We got WFO up on the corner, and I'm pretty excited to bring this flag-to-flag coverage to you. Get the sound balanced. We've got Todd Cleveland starting on the pole. That's a new name. Kyle Stewart, Vern Bradley, Larry Dickerson, Jerry Cochran, I think I said that right. Tommy Haynes, Jacob Daniels, Dakota Floyd, Jeff Martin, Wesley Whitfield, your top 10, John Wimbish, Keaton Tripp, Mayhem, Moody, and that 88 machine. We got 30 cars out here tonight. Garrett Helmlinger. We got Jerry Cochran Jr. as well. Richard Holland out there on the field. Rick Fagone, some familiar names. John Sanu, Troy Cook, Cody Williams, Leo Lord, Steve Blankenship, Glenn Jameson, Brian Beach. A lot of cars out here tonight for Daytona. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. 20-plus watchers out here in the stands. Pace cars pulling off. We get set to bring you race number 1. Geico Restart Zone. Here we go. Todd Cleveland leading them off across the line. We're live, WFO Season 10. Already seeing that inside line develop. It's going to be tough to break out on that outside as Todd Cleveland goes around on the backstretch in the lead. He's got it in hand with the 114 of Vern Bradley pushing that inside. The 4 car as well. That's Jerry Cochran on the outs or the inside line. $24.26 on the inside. I think that's Dakota Floyd on the outside there in the 24. Kyle Stewart in the 26 on the inside. They're side by side as they go into 1. Now the outside line's starting to develop, and you saw Vern Bradley jump up there on that outside. He's going to try to take away the lead as Todd Cleveland leads lap 1. Lap 2 out of 90. And Vern Bradley looking to take the lead. Here he goes. Not quite a push there from that outside yet. They start to lose some ground. The 4 car gets some headway into 3 and 4. Definitely some issues here with that outside line, trying to get developed, trying to get that push. We've got the 8 car on the bottom. He's going to lead lap 2. Some of these guys sitting back a little bit. 30 cars, about 20 cars in the first tandem. A little bit of smoke there on that outside. And some of these guys sandbagging a little bit. We'll go back here through the field. There's Larry Dickerson. He's running in about the 6th, 5th position in that range. 3 wide down the backstretch. 114 of Vern Bradley. We got a better angle here. As you can see, stuck in the middle for just a brief second was the 26 of Kyle Stewart. But they've settled it back out. Some of these guys thought better of that on lap 3. No reason to take it 3 wide just yet. So I try to get my volume balanced out here. Some of these things may be a little bit loud. OBS hasn't been kind to me. Static cameras brought to you by Amy Contracting. We've got Nation 01 up there in the blimp cam. Coverage from every angle. The 17, Tommy Haynes, look at him go. He's up on the outside now. Don't blame you. You're flying the blimp, guy. Lap 4 out of 90, Nation, and already we've tried to see some guys steal that lead away. Vern Bradley is finally making some headroom. He's pushing.
You can win it on the first lap.
Oh, no. You can lead every lap of this race. But the most important one is the last one. And we got the 17. We got a little wiggle there on the outside. Volume sounds good? All right.
Yeah, you sound good, Coop.
All right. We're just making sure. OBS has been kind of all over the place for me since that update. But we got the 17 of Tommy Haynes going to lead lap 4. Coming up on lap 5, the 8 car. He needs a push. He needs a shove here. The 4 car has been working it, but I would say that Toyota is probably getting a little hot. You see Jerry Cochran just trying to hold his own against this outside. Tommy Haynes and Vern Bradley have made a pretty good surge, and it's looking like maybe a push here on the outside could get lap 5. Nope, this time by Todd Cleveland again. So we were watching some of these guys that are sandbagging. We go back to the 108 of Leo Lords. Some of these guys that are not quite out of range of the draft, but they're not up there shuffling up with this pack. And with 30 cars on the track, I can't blame them for sitting back a little bit.
Got a long way to go, brother.
You can see the gap. There's Troy Cook in the 51. Guy welcoming him back. He's getting up on that outside line. He's up in there sneaking into the top 10 now. So you can see the Troy Cook machine. Blue and black. Little gray on the hood. He's got the Tide machine, the 56, to the inside of John T. Wimbish. He's going to slip down to the inside line now. Not sure where he wants to go. Keaton Tripp in the 25 on the outside. Wesley Whitfield. That outside line seems to do better on the straightaways, Nation. It's kind of back and forth.
It's Daytona, baby.
Daytona, it's just one of those tracks you got to be really patient. 200-mile-an-hour traffic jam. And to make it even better, we've got these guys out of their comfort zone. We did away with the ARCA series, Tuesday night trucks, so some of the guys that usually ran on Tuesday nights are now in the truck series. The guys that ran on Wednesday nights will be in the B car. So a little change up for the season. I'm looking forward to it. The B car is, in my opinion, one of the more fun vehicles to drive on iRacing service, but trucks always have a special place for everybody, I think.
You gonna run the Camaro?
Yeah, I think we'll do it.
Cool.
Pretty promising. Pretty promising. Let's go back up here to the front. We're still side by side. Vern Bradley has been shoving the 17. Tommy Haynes just can't quite get by. There's a wiggle. He gets right down to the door. I thought we were going to have an accident on the backstretch. That really breaks up the momentum for the outside line. If Vern Bradley drops down right here, there is a hole. He could drop down and get around. There's the 17. He's going to think about it for a second. There he goes. So now the 24. Dakota Floyd, he's got the push. He could shove Vern Bradley up there, but that outside line broke up, and they've lost a ton of ground, about 6 truck lengths back. It's going to take him a few laps to get that momentum back up. But coming up on lap 10, Todd Cleveland. He's led the vast majority so far. Right on board with the 4 machine. Cochran's had a pretty good push down here on the bottom. He's been able to keep Cleveland up front. Nobody's been able to take over that top spot. And you see some headway now. Go back to TV2 and the 114. He has the push now. Dakota Floyd getting him up to the front. And that 4 car's got to be getting hot. This is a new pusher here. The 24 has been lagging back a little bit. You see him pinching down, getting some of that side draft. This time by Dakota Floyd, it's going to be close. He's going to lead that one. But this lead is under fire. I think they're asking you in chat, Nation, if you need anything from McDonald's. He's muted currently in Discord, but I think he'll take a quarter pound.
Hey, fuck you.
So here we are side by side down the backstretch. Vern Bradley trying to take it away. And I tell you what, man, it's just that outside line. It's not working good enough. Not yet. We just got to get the right combination of people. I think it'll work. But right now, we don't have that drop down that we usually have. Outside line will push a car past. He'll drop to the inside. Next guy in line. And it just cycles through. But dominantly, that inside always ends up being the line that somebody wants to run. Until maybe the last lap. And then you got the guy behind you pushing that could abandon ship. Completely pull out. Go around. Leave you out to dry. So that is a possibility. We see the 114 yet again making a little bit of room. He's got it to about the halfway mark of the door. Just not able to clear here. And we got another guy sneaking up. What's that, Nation?
How many cars are in this?
We got 30 cars out here on the track currently. We've stayed green for 12 laps. Can you believe that? 12 laps with 30 cars at Daytona.
How many cautions do you think?
So far, I mean, I was going to say at least 3 or 4, but the way these guys are running right now, I'm going to limit it to 1. I'm going to put it at 1.
I'm going to go with 3.
You're still sticking with 3?
I'm going to stick with 3.
I think if we have 1, we'll probably have 2 more. But right now, the way this field is spread, some of these guys sitting back, they're kind of shallow. They're not out of the draft, but the top 10 side by side since the beginning of this thing, Vern Bradley, Ty Cleveland have been going back and forth for the lead. I was just watching the 14 of Jeff Martin. He's starting to sneak up there in the top 5 as they come out of turn 4. Pre-race meeting, they talked about the front of these trucks. You do not want to bump draft in the turns. It's a big issue. It's easy to do, though. You get that guy pushed out in front of you, get into the turn, he loses all his momentum. It's really easy to get into the back bumper. As we see the 26, there's a lot of turbulence here at this track as well. 3 or 4 deep. You got a lot of air moving around this truck. It's hard to keep your line positioned and hold it. And Daytona only has 1 stripe on the turn as well. You can see that dotted stripe line up on the outside. That can kind of help you if you're in the 3rd or 4th row to judge where you should be relative to the wall or the car beside you. But these guys, man, they just can't decide who's going to lead this thing. As we come up on lap 15, Vern Bradley right there at the line. This time by, it's going to be Todd Cleveland again. Todd Cleveland should be shaking the 4-car Jerry Cotter in hand right now. Let's go back and look a little ways. The second group has caught up to the field here. 31 of Richard Holland. He's got the 10 of Rick Fagon pushing behind. They're taking the outside line. Let's ride on board with that 10 car. They're making some headroom. Way up on the outside. Here comes pit road for some of these guys. Inside line. Todd Cleveland, 26. Kyle Stewart. Got a few takers on pit road this time through. See if they can get in clean. 69 Larry Dickerson also on pit road. It's going to be fuel only for some of these guys. Here comes the 8 car. He's out, down and away. 26 is going to lose a couple positions. Well, let's see if we have another group come down. Here they come off of turn 4. 114 of Vern Bradley to the 24 Dakota Floyd. We got a few takers here. 14 car Jeff Martin. Big group of cars coming in. If we were going to have a caution nation to start it off, this would be the place, I think. Green flag pit stops, it's tough.
Here in 3 laps.
It's tough, man. These guys are doing well, though. I haven't seen any black flags. It's been clean. We had a guy slip through his pit stall here. 114 might have missed it here. Vern Bradley taking right sides. He might be taking 4. Now he got.
Yeah, he's always going to take 4.
Oh, he just popped out there right in front of Dakota Floyd, but he did slide through his stall, so he's got the partner. So we have our second round of pit stops starting here. 31 car, Richard Holland pulling off. The 51, Troy Cook. 72, Jacob Daniels. Man, that was close. These guys really flirting with that line, that commitment cone. So on lap 18, we got a car wrecking back here. Richard Holland slides through his pit stall. He's going to lose some time. I'm not sure what happened. Let's go back and see if we can figure out what happened here to the 31.
That motherfucker just say irregardless.
Irregardless.
Oh, God damn it.
We got it right here. Let's see this replay. 31 of Richard Holland already has a little bit of right side damage, and then he's coming across Johnson New on the inside. Some of these guys needed to get to the outside of their... Just so much going on. So much traffic coming into pit road. And we've got the yellow.
What the fuck?
They're still wrecking. 26 sitting in the middle of the track. Oh, the 14 and the 25. Keaton Tripp and Jeff Martin. Jeff Martin must not have saw the car stopped in the middle of the track, so they're continuing to wreck. Let's go back and figure out what just happened.
Good luck figuring that out.
We had the 26 car. He's getting a push by Larry Dickerson here on the backstretch. Gets loose. Hits the side of another vehicle. I can't tell who that was, but he stopped right in the middle of the track. These guys scramble. Some of these guys, good job dodging that. But the 14 could not see anything in front of him. Let's go back and rewind one more time, because we've got a car. What appears to be this. No, it's not the 63. It's maybe the 63. Yeah, it's the 63 right here of Glenn Jameson. He slid once to get out of the groove. Let's go on board with him here.
That just looks like a shit show.
He slides down one time. He sees the black marks in the smoke. He slides down again to dodge it. He does a good job, but let's go on board now with Jeff Martin, because I think he just didn't see it coming. He's not sure where to go, and he just tails the back of the 25. He's going to have to use that fast repair.
And they only have one, is that correct?
I believe so. All right, so we got some takers down pit road. You know the 14 of Jeff Martin's going to hit it. 25 for sure. Some of these guys had just pitted. But if you've got damage, you might as well take that fast repair. If it's substantial enough that it's going to hurt this machine in the draft, might as well bring it down pit road. So there's caution one, Nation.
I said 3, so I got time.
You've got nothing but time. We're lap 20 out of 90. You know these
Of course,
guys.
the lap 5 is where you're going to the other 2.
These patients are going to wear thin. I think some of these guys, it's going to change their mindset. Some of the guys that were running up front now shuffled back through the field because of that caution. They're going to be trying to get back to the front where they like that clean air. Less cars in front of them. But then you have some of the guys that had accidents on pit road. They've come back down, had an opportunity like the 31 of Richard Holland didn't have a clean stop. He's back on pit road trying to get some repairs done. A little bit of right rear damage for that machine. The 3 truck of Hal Amy, he's got a little damage as well. Ten truck of Rick Fagon, he's coming back out. But Troy Cook finds himself up in P1 here. So we get set to restart, doubling up. Lights are out on the pace car. Todd Cleveland, your pole sitter, is going to be sitting in third. Glenn Jameson on the outside. That guy dodging the crashes. Troy Cook just rolling through these corners. A lot of trucks behind him. He's got some work to do, though. Still plenty of laps left. We're going to restart this thing with about 68, 69 laps to go. Plenty of time. What did I say? Lap 20? I can't remember now. My counter's not up there. It might be 79 laps to go.
Yeah, fuck, I don't know. I'm watching it on YouTube.
We are under a slight delay with YouTube, but I want to say it was 20 to go. Lap 20 on the caution. I can't remember now. They all start to blend together, chat. After 10 seasons, 10 successful seasons here at WFO, you start to lose track of time.
I lose track of everything.
There we go. Lights are out on the pace car. Getting ready to pull down that long pit road. Pace car is off. We're at the Geico restart zone. There's the line right there. Green flag is out. And Troy Cook going now. 51 car. Hitting the loud pedal. He's got the pole sitter right behind him. .24 left out to dry. That's Dakota Floyd. He had a pusher there for a second. John Wimbish decided to drop down. Glenn Jameson. That's 63. He's dropped all the way to the bottom. Sour Patch down on the apron. Letting all these guys go around. He's going to try to slide back up. Really dangerous there. But he gets back up in the line. Let's go back up to the front. 8 car. Todd Cleveland pushing the 51. 51's going to lead a lap this time by. He's able to hold it together. And there it is. Lap 23 out of 90 for Troy Cook. Cleveland right up on the bumper. It's what he's got to do to keep this momentum on the inside line going. The 24 is on the outside. He's got a pusher now. Looks like the 12. Oh, nope, that's not the 12 of Cody Williams. Trying to figure out, that's a 23. Steve Blankenship. And he's got the 108 of Leo Lortz behind him. Troy Cook leads another lap. Outside line hasn't developed yet. 77 to Garrett Helmlinger is starting to push now. He's making a surge on the outside. Oh, the 14 gets up in the outside wall. Just for a second there. Maybe a push that he didn't expect from the 24. That gets Garrett Helmlinger up to P1, though. Helmlinger is going to be on the top spot as the 14 now tries to take it away. He's got the momentum here. Across the line, it's going to be close. Garrett Helmlinger leads that time by Jeff Martin, less than 100th of a second. from leading the lap. So the top 10 was side by side. Now we've got the top 20. It's all the way back through double file. Looks like they're pacing around this place at 200 miles per hour. Team Jacob in the chat. A lot of pressure on the 51 here. He's stuck now. He can't lead the lap if you're stuck behind Garrett Helmlinger. He's going to have to figure this out. Garrett gets another one at lap 26. These guys did a really good job with the green flag pit stops. Thought we would have a caution before that point. We're at one caution right now. 77 and Helmlinger getting a shove by the 51. He gets pushed up out of the groove a little bit. Troy Cook pushing pretty hard. Is it going to be enough this time by for the 14? I think the 14 might lead the lap here. It's going to be close again. Garrett Helmlinger gets it that time by as well. It was 0-0 at the line, so we're talking about thousandths of a second. Dakota Floyd, Jeff Martin trying to build that momentum back up for the backstretch. He's got a car length on him here. He could drop down to the inside if he wanted to. And there goes the 14 to the bottom. Jeff Martin looks like he's going to lead this time by. Outside line, no help. 24, Dakota Floyd left out there by himself right now. He's going to have to let the 23 of Blankenship catch back up to him. That time by Jeff Martin. P1, lap led. What's up?
I'll be right back.
10-4. We got another shot for the lead. The 77 to Helmlinger on the outside now. He went up and took that high line. Troy Cook's going to have to get up on that 14's bumper. If he wants any shot to hold these guys off, he's going to have to push now. This time by another lap for Jeff Martin, but 77 to 24, working that outside. Dakota Floyd, Garrett Helmlinger. They're hooked up. They're connected. What a draft down the backstretch. Almost clear here for the 77. Dakota Floyd has pushed so many people up there to that lead. He's kind of thinking, when's my turn? I've been doing this all race. I've gotten you guys up there. Asking Blankenship, push me. Next time one of these guys drops down on that inside line, Blankenship needs to be glued to that bumper, get that 24 up there. So here we are, 30 laps in. 51, Troy Cook, your leader right now. Actually 14 and Jeff Martin, I apologize. They've been shuffling around up here for about 5-6 laps. They can't decide. As Jeff Martin holds on to it, Garrett Helmlinger on the outside through the field a little bit. Got Troy Cook, Dakota Floyd, Todd Cleveland, your pole sitter. Steve Blankenship, Wesley Whitfield, Brian Beach, Leo Lortz, and John T. Wimbish, your top 10. Let's go back here to the 72 car, ride on board with him for a little bit. He's in the 11th spot. That's Jacob Daniels. Stuck up under that outside line. All he can do right now is ride around. The City Chevrolet stuck in a traffic jam. Just behind him, Kyle Stewart. We saw him in kind of a weird accident, stuck on the backstretch in the middle of the track. That would bring out caution number 1 of the race tonight. But he's got that fast repair. Bush machine back up and running. For the Farmers on the side of that. He's going to have to do it for the Farmers. He's in 12th position. He's got a lot of work to do. A lot of cars to maneuver around. But you can work that line. You can make these moves. You can work your way up to the front. Just got to be meticulous about it. 10-car Rick Fagone. He's been kind of in and out of the top 5, top 10 area. They were making a run for it there during those pit stops. He's sitting back cruising at about the 13th position right now. There's the 114 of Vern Bradley. We were talking about him earlier. He was on the outside, almost clutched the lead for a few laps. Mountain Dew Chevy looking good on the bottom. We got some shuffling with some 3 wide here, and with almost some contact between the 72 and the 25. And they're 3 wide again. This isn't going to work through the dog legs. So close there. These guys are going to have to give a little bit more room. 25 truck has to sneak down. 31 of Richard Holland. He might be going a lap down here as they come off of 2. That machine just not quite up to snuff here. It's got a little bit of damage on it. He's going to fall in line. He's got a little bit of right end damage. It's probably slowing that machine down a little bit. But back up to the front. It's side by side. Garrett Helmlinger. Troy Cook. Jeff Martin. Dakota Floyd. These guys have been side by side for about 12 laps now. Troy Cook trying to get back to that lead. Jeff Martin has it right now. Garrett Helmlinger trying to take it away. And some of these guys are probably thinking about green flag pit stops as you see the 24 starting to drop back. He's letting a lot of these guys go. He's got to be thinking about getting to that inside as the door starts to open up. There he goes, dropping to the bottom. He is pitting. Dakota Floyd lost about 12 positions just trying to get to pit road. Glenn Jamison coming in hot. There's the 70. Burt Wilson. Some of these guys pit together. You know that Glenn Jamison, Burt Wilson are going to pit together. Some names we're familiar with. But how about Dakota Floyd having to drop all the way back through the field just to find a hole? Back up to the front. Jeff Martin, Brian Beach. Brian Beach sneaking down there to the inside line. Garrett Helmlinger. He might be coming to pit road as he's able to get around the 14. Here they come. Whole mess of cars coming down pit road. Look how many vehicles coming down in here. And the 10-car Rick Fagone changes his mind at the last second. But there's the second tandem down pit road. I'd say this is the first group that we've had. We had 3 cars pit the first time, but now we've got a sizable group. Troy Cook, Garrett Helmlinger. Some guys still out there on the track. You got the 4, the 18. Sorry, the 018. 25 still out there on the track. Keaton Tripp. Tripp is actually, I think, already hit pit road, or he's being scored 2 laps down here. Here we go for our third round of pit stops. Some of these guys getting ready to drop down. There's the 10 truck of Rick Fagone that changed his mind a moment ago. He's getting slowed up. 15. Chris Parkman. He's going to lead this round of stops. So he gets it slowed down just enough. 10 car Rick Fagone just behind him. All right, let's follow this 23 of Blankenship. He's side by side with Brian Beach here. He drops down to the bottom. This should finish off our round of pit stops, this last tandem of cars. 25 of Keaton Tripp trying to get one of those laps back here the old-fashioned way. Here comes the 23 down pit road. 018, the 17, the 114, the 4, and the 18 is a little bit sideways there. Locked it up for a brief second. And there they are in pit road. The 17, Tommy Haynes. He's got the 4 in front of him. It's going to be tough to get out of that pit stall, but here we go. Right side's up on this machine. He's down and away. And here they go, winding it back up as it all cycles through. 75 truck. Here he comes down pit road. Chuck Sweeting. Going to be the last one down. All by his lonesome. No partner here, but he did get a lap led. Lynn Jameson all by himself. He's one of the first cars to hit pit road. Tommy Haynes being scored as your leader, I think, after this time around. Actually, 114 in front of him. We got a whole tandem of cars in front, so maybe the 51 of Troy Cook's going to nab it away from the 26 this time by. Garrett Helmlinger way ahead of these boys. He's got the 8 of Todd Cleveland pushing him, a 2-car tandem. So these boys have checked out entirely. They're sitting about 1.5 seconds ahead, I think, of the lead. Troy Cook about 1.5. This group of cars, though, a lot bigger than that front pack. They should have no problems catching up to him. Kyle Stewart leading this pack, the second group. 1.6 seconds separating them right now. Garrett Helmlinger, your leader. Chuck Sweeting and Chris Parkman benefiting really well here with these green flag pit stops. On and off pit road, really good for the 75. Even though he had to pit all by himself, he finds himself in third position, catching up to this lead tandem. Looking good right now for the 75. If they can carry this momentum here, the 15 of Parkman can take him right up to the front. Here they go, the big move on the outside. 75 looking to take it away. Chuck Sweeting on the outside with Chris Parkman. They've got the speed and the momentum. They drafted right up to him. 75 going to drop down. 15 following suit. Troy Cook stuck up on the outside. The 14 of Jeff Martin. 77, Garrett Helmlinger gets a little bit loose and tags that apron. Now that's going to break up that entire group on the inside line. 51, Troy Cook looking to try to lead a lap and take it away from the 75. That time across the line, it's Troy Cook leading another one. What's up, Diana? 14 to Jeff Martin just broke our bumper camera on the 51. He is knocking the rear bumper clean off the 51 of Troy Cook. Got him a lap led. Chuck Sweeting trying to lead a lap. They had the momentum to get around Helmlinger, but What a burst of speed by the 51. Making the outside line work, and we're coming up on halfway. 42 out of 90. Running out of time to figure out who's going to lead the last one. And we're still side by side from about first back to 18th position. John Sanu, the last car in that group. He's being scored 1 lap down, so probably Rick Fagone would be the last one. Steve Blankenship, somewhere in that area. We have to go all the way back, 18 seconds to Mayhem Moody in the 88 to find our second group of cars. Unfortunate series of events here for the 31 of Richard Holland. He is being scored a lap down as well. It'll be the second car a lap down. He's finding himself pretty far back. He's got the 3 of Hal Amy in front of him. Trying to work with teammates, but when you're a lap down, it's kind of tough to do anything but help someone else. I think he would like to take that 3 car back up there to John Sanu, which is just on the tail end of this front pack. There's the 12 of Cody Williams. Going on, Cindy. How's it going? But back up front here. Troy Cook, Jeff Martin. These guys find themselves on the inside. They got clear of the 75. Copenhagen on the outside. Ty Cleveland started on the pole. Wants the lead back. Looks like he might clear it this time by. He's going to drop down to the inside, and there it is. Burt Wilson was able to push him on by. Burt Wilson got a couple victories there last season. Was in the chase all the way up to the end. Made our Final Four in the eliminations. Good to see Burt Wilson up towards the front. Jeff Martin, he's got his hands full. That machine looks like it's really loose when he gets to pushing. .114 of Vern Bradley on the back bumper of Burt Wilson. Let's see if they can push up to the front. Maybe Wilson can lead a lap here. Looks like he's got the nose out as they come across the line. Todd Cleveland going to lead another one. We're at halfway now. .114 of Vern Bradley doing all he can to get Burt Wilson up into the front spot. He's got the 17. Tommy Haynes just behind him. Troy Cook's fallen back a few spots here, but he's not out of the contention yet. 44 laps to go, and you saw Troy lead a couple laps. But that outside line was able to work and past him, and now we were peaking with 3 wide there for just a second. 114 of Vern Bradley following with the 70. Opened up the door for a second for the 17 of Tommy Haynes if he wanted to push the issue. So side by side, all the way back to the 18th position. This would be the first car a lap down, John Sanu. And he's just trying to hope that the caution doesn't happen in front of him. He can get clear of it. See him drop down now into that inside line. First tandem of cars into this line. is going to be Cody Williams. No surge yet from those Outcast boys, but I tell you what, HJRM trying to move their way up through this field. They've got a couple guys kind of out of contention for this, unless a caution does come out with a wave around. Richard Holland being scored 1 lap down in the 23rd position. We've got a few different guys. 26th position, rather. Glenn Jamison a lap down. A lot of shuffling going on right now. Your top 5, Todd Cleveland, Jeff Martin, Burt Wilson, Vern Bradley, Troy Cook, Tommy Haynes, Chuck Sweeting, Chris Parkman, Jerry Cochran, and Steve Blankenship, the top 10. We might be approaching some more green flag pit stops here before long. Outside line has collapsed. It looks like the 8 car, Todd Cleveland's going to lead another one. Couldn't stay organized. The 114 has no help behind him now. Looks like Blankenship's going to fill that gap. Push up on the outside with Glenn Jamison. A couple lap down cars on the outside line. Burt Wilson holding his zone up there in the high groove. Might get a lap lead here for the 70. It's going to be close at the line. The 114 pushed the hell out of him, but still not enough. Todd Cleveland's going to prevail. Outside line just can't get going. There's not enough cars in it. This time around, we're working. Troy Cook on the inside. 23 of Blankenship on the outside. They're really close up there in the front. The 8, here they come down pit road. 70 of Burt Wilson. And big scramble here. 114's going to lead a lap. Vern Bradley and that catastrophe. I think that was organized chaos. Some of these guys might not have announced their pit stop. You saw the 70 just about get clipped. 39 laps to go. We have not seen the end of pit road. John Sanu gets that lap back the old-fashioned way. I'm going to put a couple of these guys 1 lap down. It's going to change some things. Glenn Jamison will be maybe the first car a lap down. You see Troy Cook coming down pit road all by himself. Tommy Haynes, your leader right now. The 17 took away P1. John T. Wimbish on the outside in the 75. He's making headway around this lap car of John Sanu. When it all cycles out, the 75 benefited the most from those green flag pit stops. He was all by himself down on pit road. Got on and off quicker than everybody else. Found himself in the lead there for a moment. Think he's going to go around one more time. John T. Wimbish has a partner here. 56 Machine going to lead a lap. We can try to guess and see, but for all you people out there in the chat right now, post your favorite driver in the chat. Vote for them for driver of the day. We do interview our top 3, but if you have a favorite driver out there on the track, hashtag driver number to put your vote in. We'll pick up that extra driver interview. 37 laps to go. WFO Twisted Tuesday Truck Series. If you're enjoying this action, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn your alerts on, and never miss a single race here on WFO. Here we go with the last tandem of cars coming down pit road. John T. Wimbish, the 75, Chuck Sweeting, Brian Beach, Tommy Haynes. We got a few different takers on pit road. 114 of Vern Bradley, the 4, Jerry Cochran. There they go, back out onto the track. 114 of Vern Bradley leading them out. Brian Beach picks up a couple positions here. Flirt with that yellow line, though. Got a couple votes here. 23, 51, 26, 2 for the 26. Let's get a look at Kyle Stewart. He's running side by side with the 63 of Glenn Jamieson. Both these cars being scored. Well, Stewart's right on the edge there. He's being scored in the 16th position as they come around. Still on the lead lap. 63 of Jamieson, 1 lap down. He's going to use this car to get back up to that tandem. This pack of cars. But Chuck Sweeting lost a lot of ground there. He's going to fall back a few positions. And he's all by himself. Troy Cook probably going to be the guy that benefits the most from this. He's got the 8. Todd Cleveland on the back bumper. Troy Cook back to P1. He's done it better than anybody else tonight on pit road. And it's starting to show. He keeps finding himself back up in P1. Got to navigate some lap traffic here as they try to go around the 24. Dakota Floyd stuck down there on the bottom. He's going to go a lap down. John Sanu also going to lose ground. Good heads-up move by the 24 to get out of the way, but he's down in the grass. Oh, boy. 114 of Vern Bradley had his hands full. Just for a second, Keaton Tripp checked up. 114 had to check up. He had Brian Beach right on the bumper. It got hairy for a minute there. Coming up on 33 to go, and these guys are starting to get a little erratic, making some moves. There's the 69 of Larry Dickerson sitting in the 4th position. Did I call it right, folks? I guessed 1 caution, but the way these guys are starting to drive, things are getting a little sketchy. They need to settle down. We still got a lot of time left. See the 8 of Todd Cleveland pushing that inside line. Troy Cook holding up there on his own. Nobody contesting it, and the 8 almost sideways off of 2. Todd Cleveland. Driver moment right there. He gets the Good Hands Award for that save. He had the 14 right on his bumper. 14 to Jeff Martin. Back it up a little bit. Riding on board with the 14 right now. 3rd in line. Kind of hard to see and judge when those cars are going to check up, but he is glued to the bumper of that 8. And when we were coming down the backstretch, it looked like maybe the 8 car got a little love tap. When a car's pushing in front of you, it's very crazy how these things handle when they're getting pushed and pushing at the same time. 8 truck, Todd Cleveland, shoving hard. Some of these guys on a threat to go another lap down. The 31 is able to get back on the lead lap, I think, but he's going to go back down 1 here. These guys move up the track, trying to get out of the way. These guys need to move. Leo Lortz, the 88 Mayhem Moody. These guys need to get down out of the way. They're holding their line. There's the 51 is able to clear. Let's cycle back and keep an eye on this because these two are up and down the track. They're trying to hold it, but they got to keep it low. They've got a whole mess of cars coming up behind them. 114 of Vern Bradley has nowhere to go. He's trying to get around these guys. Troy Cook was able to see that first and get around it, but they're still trying to navigate it back there mid-pack. Troy Cook's got the 8. Todd Cleveland pushing him again. Going around the 23 of Blankenship. 30 laps to go, and this lap traffic, it's going to kind of throw a wrench into things. Big move on the outside here. The 15, Chris Parkman. He's starting to make up ground. Watch him go with the 72. Up on that high line. Parkman's going to be scored about the 5th position here. Trying to figure out where that 72 is being scored right now. It looks like Jacob Daniels is 1 lap down. He would be the first car a lap down, but doesn't look like that machine is damaged at all. They were making some headway, and then the 15 of Parkman just started falling back. He's now just flirting with the top 10. Lost a ton of ground here. That outside not pushing at all. And that means the 51 of Troy Cook's going to lead another one. 28 laps to go. Down the backstretch, looking good. No one beside him. The 14 of Jeff Martin kind of peeking in and out. Let's see what he does here. Thought he might take that inside, but he backed off of it. There he goes, looking to the outside again. I think he hears us talking about him. Hey, Jeff, turn right if you can hear us. Troy Cook with 27 laps to go, looking clean here. Car pushing well. Just behind him, Jeff Martin in the 3rd spot. Larry Dickerson sitting there quietly. Second line starting to develop again. 15 starting to make some headway. Parkman trying to get the momentum boost. He's got the lap down car, the 72. Jacob Daniels, first car a lap down. Then you've got what looks like Wesley Whitfield in this 3rd row of that. Whitfield also a lap down. We've got a lot of these guys on this outside that are a lap down right now. John Sanu up there as well. But they're making it work. If they can get together here, the 72 just needs to start shoving. He's kind of gun shy here. Not working enough for the 15. He's going to have to get right up on that bumper. Storming around this place. We've got 26 laps to go. WFO going to bring you uninterrupted flag-to-flag coverage. As we square off season 10 here at WFO. It's been a great 10 seasons with these guys. 8+ years racing. 30 cars made it to grid tonight. Great turnout here for WFO. There's the 15 of Parkman. He's going to drop down to the inside. He says, I've had enough. I can't get pushed. We might be coming up on green flag pit stops yet again. One caution so far tonight. Had about a dozen lead changes. Some of these guys look like they were getting ready to pit, but not this time by. As Troy Cook continues to lead them around. A lot of votes coming in for the 51 in chat. I see you guys. Emily Holtzman, Cindy Teed, Landon Cook. A lot of votes for the 51 tonight. Cindy Bartlett. We're coming up on green flag pit stops. I know this is going to be crazy. Here we go. Larry Dickerson going to lead them down. Got about 3 different cars. 77 to Garrett Helmlinger is going to make a pass on the inside. He locks it up. Did he make it? Was that slow enough for the commitment cone? Let's find out if he gets a hold here. He hits the pit stall. Well, he stayed with his right side tire change, so I think he's going to be down and away. There he goes. Got it slowed up just in time. 70 of Burt Wilson's going to beat him out of pit road, though. He might not have taken tires. 23 to go. He might have shorted up on the fuel a little bit. All right, second tandem of cars. Here they come. Troy Cook coming down pit road. There's the 12. Cody Williams, he gets slowed up. Wesley Whitfield slides into the grass just a little bit there. Now the second group. A third group actually on pit road. We've got the 25 of Keaton Tripp. He's being scored 1 lap down. The 4 car, Jared Cochran. He's P1 right now. John T. Wimbish behind him. These guys probably going to lead the third tandem down. Let's ride on board with the 10. He's going to watch all these cars flutter down pit road. Nothing yet. And there goes the 10 car. Might go up to P1 here as they come around. He's using the benefits of the 86 Johnson New. That's working to his advantage. He's going to be the first car down pit road for this third tandem. Oh, boy. Ricky is just stuck in the middle of lap traffic right now. Brian Beach, the only car that's not a lap down. Here comes the 10. He's able to make it in clean. $15 of Chris Parkman getting service to that machine. 4 car electing to stay out. 1 more lap. He's got John T. Wimbish behind him. Brian Beach out there as well. Let's see how it all cycles out. This whole field is scrambled right now. We've got some guys that are a lap down. We've got some guys that were a lap down and aren't anymore after these pit stops. Here comes the 4, the 18, the 56, the 17, the 114 of Vern Bradley. Committed to pit road. Here they come. No mistakes here. I think that you can do it clean here. You can make it to the end. It's going to be close. Some guys coming back off of pit road. The 31, the 88, back out there working together. 31 of Richard Holland being scored 2 laps down now. But as it all cycles out, this guy right here, on and off pit road a little bit faster than everybody else tonight. He's got the 14 behind him. He's got the 12. These guys sitting pretty for the end of this thing. They might be in another time zone after these pit stops cycle through. I'm not sure. 114 of Vern Bradley up here. I think after that time, yep, it's going to be Troy Cook, Jeff Martin, Cody Williams. Then you've got a big jump back to Garrett Helmlinger, almost 4 seconds. These 3 cars got to get in line. You can see back there that second group of cars, Garrett Helmlinger leading it. That's what 4 seconds looks like on this track. You go on board with the helmet camera, you can't even see the guys in front of them. So with 17 to go, Troy Cook crossing the line. He's got help behind him. The 14, the 26. 26 is being escorted a lap down. Not the position that the 26 wanted to be in, but he's there right now. If he gets his lap back, he'll be the first car a lap down. Kyle Stewart having an up and down night tonight. Navigate around the 24 now. It's Dakota Floyd on the outside. Right up on the bumper again. A little push there on the exit of the corner. I know Troy Cook probably doesn't want that right now, but that's where he got it on the exit of 2. And the 14 trying to let it breathe a little bit. 6 seconds now separating Garrett Helmlinger. These guys starting to pull away. Helmlinger has help. He's got a row of cars. You got the 69 of Dickerson, Burt Wilson, Brian Beach, Chris Parkman, John T. Wimbish. Is a good group here, but they're somehow losing ground to this front 4. A little extra horsepower under the hood for this 51. He's pulling this group way ahead. And with 15 to go, if they can hold it steady, this might be set for the end of it. This front 3 might be fighting for the win by white flag. All right, coming up on 14 now. We're going to take a quick little commercial break, and we'll bring you the last 10 laps of this race uninterrupted. I got to hit the quick hiatus button. Little boy's room. You know how that goes. Bud Light's the drink of choice here. Sponsored me personally, but we'll be right back after this.
biscuit, not meth. Oh, God. I got your back, man. I got your back. Just kidding. Oh, yeah. Oh, shit.
Clear. Car outside. Clear outside. Clear. Car outside. Clear outside.
All right, we're back. 12 laps to go. Troy Cook, your leader. One caution tonight here at Daytona. Troy Cook leading a lot of laps here. He might have the most laps led. He's got Jeff Martin, Cody Williams. It's a 26. Kyle Stewart in that mix, a lap down. But it's looking good here for the 51 as they approach the end of this thing. Season 10 opener. Troy Cook on top. 77 and Garrett Helmlinger in the second tandem of cars. They've got it down to about 5.5 seconds, but not enough time. They're praying for a caution here to get caught back up to this lead pack. It's just not been enough. 7-8 car tandem hasn't been able to work it. And as I crack open another Bud Light, we start to conclude this race. It's been one heck of a race all the way through. I hope you guys have enjoyed it thus far. And we've got some green flag pit stops. I did not expect this. Some of these guys might not be making it on fuel. We've got a car out there in the grass. It looks like the 25 of Keaton Tripp missed his pit road entry. He's going to park it behind the wall. Garrett Helmlinger coming out now. Does this lead pack have enough fuel to make it to the end? It could be a fuel race. Oh, man, we don't need that. 26-14. Get a little door slap there. '26 is going to fall back to the tail end of this pack, but we definitely didn't need that. Almost had a caution here with 9 to go. That would have grouped these boys right back up. What's going on, Garrison? Good to see you in the chat. We've got 9 laps left, and you put the vote out for the 51. Here they come down pit road. 51, 14, 12. Whole tandem of cars coming in together. They get woed up just enough. Long pit road here. No mistakes here. You got to be perfect. 51 slides through his stall, and that's not going to do it. That's going to lose him some time. Some of these other guys were perfect in their pit stalls. 51 gets a top and go. He didn't lose too much ground, but he did top off. It looked like he slid through his stall for just a second there. He's able to beat the 12 out of pit road? I don't know. I can't tell. '12 car is going to give him a little room there. Cody Williams, a lot of give on that exit of pit road. Somebody had to find that spot. Jeff Martin loses a ton of time. He's going to be scored back here. That second tandem of cars has caught up to him now. Nowhere to go for the 69. He's trying to get around the 26. Kyle Stewart, the first car a lap down. He's just trying to find his place here. There's some of these guys shuffling around, and they all go to the inside now. 24, 26 left out to dry. Nowhere for them to go. The 26, I don't know what he's doing here. He seems to be pushing the issue with being a lap down. He just needs a ride. So this second tandem of cars being led now by the 14 of Jeff Martin. We've got the 114 still out on the track. They might be trying to make it to the end. 7 laps left. Vern Bradley in the lead, but he's losing a lot of ground really fast. It's down to 9 seconds now. Troy Cook coming quickly. Big group of cars. Jerry Cochran, 17. Tommy Haynes, 23 actually. Here's the 17 all by himself. This 12 should make quick work of this. So he's catching up quickly. There goes the 12. Brian Beach in that mix now. Parkman, Beach, they somehow find their way into this tandem of cars. 51 of Troy Cook. He's going to be in the 4th now in that group. There's Vern Bradley. He's only got 1 helper now. Some of these guys have pulled it down pit road. Blankenship's going to have to come down. You can see that second group of cars working up fast. 5 laps to go. Is Vern Bradley going to make it to the end of this thing? I don't think he will. Here comes the big speed here. 12 car. Cody Williams on the outside with Brian Beach. Parkman following suit. Troy Cook. They flew by like a freight train here. Five laps left. This front 4 is where it's at right now. Vern Bradley in the 5th position. I don't know if he's going to have enough fuel to make it till the end. Looks like he's saving a lot, trying just to make it. He might have saved enough now, but I don't think he's going to be able to catch back up. He's got the 17 now. Tommy Haynes connected on that bumper. He's just going to drop down to the bottom, let these guys go. I don't think he's going to make it. 114 counted out. Back up here to this lead pack. Cody Williams leading it. Brian Beach 2nd. 3rd spot, Chris Parkman, Troy Cook 4th. This time around, it looks like Tommy Haynes is going to be in your 5th spot for the top 5. 3 laps to go. It's tight here between this group, this front pack. Ryan Beach giving a little shove to the 12 of Cody Williams. Cody holding it down on that bottom, single file. That's what these guys need to do. Cody's going to have to be mindful of that last lap, though, coming out of 4. That's where these guys will make a move. You know that's a possibility. Going past the 63 now, Glenn Jamison. Two laps to go, and Cody Williams sitting in the top spot. No cautions yet. 1 caution tonight. Yellow flag would be terrible right now for this front 4. They know where they want to be. They're sitting pretty, about 5 seconds ahead of the rest of the group. Probably going to wait till the white flag before we see any moves. There's the 15 of Parkman up on the outside. Troy Cook looked like he was going to go with him for just a second. There goes the 51. Here comes the push. Starting to get the momentum for the white flag. Does the 51 and the 15 have the magic here? This time around, it's Cody Williams. Chris Parkman leading that lap, that time by. 15 car on the outside. Big push by the 51. Probably going to get a shove into the turn. There's a push off the corner, and now the 51 abandons ship. He's going to leave the 15 out to dry. Parkman out alone now. Here they go. 51, Troy Cook shuffled out. He doesn't have anyone to go with. He's going to be on the high line. 12 car holding it out front. Little blink by the 12 for a second, but Brian Beach doesn't look like he has a partner to have anything for him. Here he goes to the outside. 18 car up on the high line. 0-18 to the line. The 12, the 18. Brian Beach going to be your winner here tonight. Cody Williams second. What a finish there off of turn 4. Brian Beach, your winner. Just barely gets ahead of Cody Williams. Troy Cook going to be third. Chris Parkman fourth. We knew the move would happen off of turn 4. What a finish. One caution here tonight. Brian Beach gets the win. Excellent job by all these guys. Cody Williams kicking himself. He knew he didn't want to be in that top spot. Never want to be leading this thing on the last lap. Troy Cook tried to make a move. Shuffled around the 15 of Parkman. Just didn't have the momentum to make 2 cars. He could have got up on that outside. Maybe the 12 could have held on to it. We don't know. Well, let's ride around here with Brian Beach as he's going to get to burn it down. WFO style. All right, let's go back and look at that finish. Previous couple laps here. You can see the shuffle back and forth. Brian Beach on the inside. The 12 of Cody Williams. Troy Cook on that outside trying to push Parkman up by. And they're side by side coming off of turn 4. You can see Cody up in the front. Troy drops down to the bottom. Parkman left out to dry. And then Troy goes to the outside. But this has allowed Brian Beach with that momentum shift and letting that 12 all by himself. The 15 not to the outside anymore. That allows Brian Beach to just come off of turn 4. Full head of steam. Great move by the 18. And here he comes across the line. We'll go back one more time. Rewind that. Look how close this is. Fast forward just a little bit. What a move by the 18. And this is all started right out of turn 4. You can see door to door here across the line for the 18 car. All right, post-race interviews coming up right after this. We're going to take a quick hiatus, get all these guys gathered up, go down to Victory Lane. This is WFO Twisted Tuesday Truck Series. Heck of a finish here. Brian Beach getting the win over Cody Williams on the last lap. We'll be right back. Racing. It's in our blood. From the No Limits of Texas. At the high-speed banks at Daytona.
I mean, nobody's going to catch that 3 truck of Hal Amy. as he takes it.
And the drop of the green flag. It's a green flag pit stops. It's in their DNA. We live for it. All right, we're down here in Victory Lane. We've got Double B. You got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, 10-4, I got you guys.
All right, so you put it out there in the last lap, last corner. You saw the 15 and the 51 weren't able to get together. It opened up the door for that last lap, last corner pass. Walk us through it, man.
Yeah, man, we came off that last pit stop and got hooked up with Cody Williams and kind of took off and went freight training up through there and was kind of shocked we ended up in first. And at that point, it was just down to kind of push him and see where we ended till the end. And I took that late move to the outside. I didn't think I had any kind of run like that on him, but it worked out. I was just glad we could keep everybody else outside of us and have it between the two of us.
Had the Baja Blast on the outside. That's what I'd chalk that up to. Well, you look good out there tonight, Brian. It was a heck of a drive, and that 4 tandem of cars split off, and you had a couple lap down cars in the first stint. What was the game plan? Were you just going to ride and see where it shakes out, or did you kind of have that in your mind all along that you could pass?
Yeah, definitely. I started the race just chilling in the back, was going to chill, and kind of rolled up through there to see what we could do with it. And we're pitting every 15 to 17 laps. We were looking to go 15 lap segments. Then we got that one caution that kind of threw a wrench in it and ended up working out with a little splash and dash in the end. But it was definitely a fun race. Go 90 laps with only one caution.
Well, congratulations on the win, man. Heck of a finish. Was going to chalk it up to 200ths of a second. I think that was the final scoring here when I bring that up. But congratulations on the win. Do you have anybody you'd like to thank on this season opener?
Definitely want to appreciate WFO putting the league on. Appreciate you guys for broadcasting it. And other than that, have fun and let's race.
10-4 on that. We hope to talk to you next week.
I appreciate it, man.
There's your winner tonight. 018 Brian Beach getting it done. Just across the line there. Let's pull up the 12 of Cody Williams. Cody Williams, you got a copy, buddy? All right, so I'm going to have to turn you up just a little bit, but man, that last lap, that last corner, it just, you were a sitting duck, man.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I know I was. I thought maybe one of the trucks would go with me, but they kind of lined up on the outside there, all three of them. So, but it's good to come out of here with the top 5 finish. Top 10 would have been great. Top 5 is even better. So, good way to start the season.
Excellent way to start the season. We got a lot of technical tracks and some tracks that you're really good at, some short tracks, Iowa, stuff like that. To get a positive finish here at Daytona makes the season a lot easier.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I just, it's what I usually try to do is just kind of try to stay out of trouble and, get my pit stops down. And we were able to stay with that front group and get a good finish. And that's all I can ask for, man.
Well, Cody, you're coming off of a couple of different leagues where you've gotten some championships. You've had a lot of positive energy. What can we look forward to this year?
Well, probably, hopefully a little bit of the same. I'm going to race like I always have, a little give and take, and we're going to see what we can do, go into these races and, shoot for a top 5 and see if we can't get us a few wins in there and, work with our teammates that we got back this year. Got a great team with us. So, we'll just see what we can do and see if we can't bring another championship home to HJRM.
10-4, Cody. You got anybody you'd like to thank for second place tonight?
Oh, yeah. Big shout out to you, man. I appreciate you coming out and doing the broadcast. I know late emergency there. That's good for you to step in and do that. And everybody at WFO for putting the leagues together. And all my teammates, like always. And, we'll go on to Las Vegas and see if we can't win us another one.
10-4, man. I appreciate that. And we appreciate you here at WFO. We hope to talk to you next week.
All right. Appreciate it, man.
All right, there's the 12 of Cody Williams, your second place finisher tonight. And then we had the fan favorite, and everybody was voting for him. We're going to pull up Troy Cook as soon as I figure out the right buttons to click. 51, Troy Cook, you got a copy?
I got you, buddy.
All right, we're going to have to turn you way up as well. I think my Discord might be a little bit low. Let me see what's going on with this mixer. Yeah, we're looking at Discord. It looks like it's volume up. It's cranked. All right, I'm just going to right-click you and turn you all the way up. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, gotcha.
All right, there we go. We got volume now. Troy Cook, you came home with a third-place finish. You led a lot of laps here tonight, and you were the fan favorite. Everybody out there chanting your name in the crowd, and I thought you were going to pull it off.
Yeah, I overshot my pit on the last stop there and cost me a couple seconds. I think that's how those 3 trucks got in front of me there.
Well, we saw that, and we were watching. You just got to be perfect, man. There's so many other people out there, and one little mistake, there's always going to be somebody to take advantage of that.
Yeah, definitely. All these guys are pretty good, so you can't make any mistakes.
Well, Twisted Tuesday Truck Series, it's good to have you back, Troy. You bring a lot of viewers with you, and you know, I'm a guy that likes to talk, and when I have somebody to talk to, it makes it even better. So walk us through, man. You had a great race, a good premiere back here at WFO. What can we expect for the rest of the season?
Hopefully more of the same, just up a couple positions. I'd like to get a win. That'd be cool. I took a hiatus from my racing for like a year and a half. This is my first race back, and feels good.
Well, man, we appreciate your time. Do you have anybody you'd like to thank for that third place finish tonight?
Well, you and Vern and everybody in the league for letting me come back. I know we had some issues before, but we got that worked out, and I'm happy to be back and glad everybody came in the broadcast and stoked to be back.
We appreciate you, man, and I hope to talk to you next week.
Yes, sir. Tomorrow night.
Oh, I'll be there tomorrow night. Don't you worry about that.
Let's do it.
All right. 10-4 on that. 51 Troy Cook.
And thanks, everyone, for coming in the broadcast. It was awesome.
Oh, yeah. They were voting for you, man. So appreciate your time, Troy, and talk to you next time.
Cool. Thanks.
51 Troy Cook, your third place finisher tonight. Man, it was a heck of a race. Daytona, would you think that we'd have one caution here tonight? I predicted it. I was spot on. I don't want to say I'm Nostradamus or anything, but one caution. We predicted it. Couldn't predict the winner, but Brian Beach getting it done here tonight. Excellent job of that 18 car. 018 putting it up front. Congratulations to him, and congratulations to all these guys as we bring up your grid and your finishing order for the standings. Brian Beach, your winner. Cody Williams, third. Troy Cook, or second. Cody Williams, Troy Cook, third. Fourth position, going to be Chris Parkman. He was right there on that bubble. Garrett Hemlinger getting a top 5. Rick Fagone, Larry Dickerson, Burt Wilson, Jeff Martin, and John T. Wimbish round out your top 10. Todd Cleveland starting first tonight. Fell back to 11th. One little mistake on pit road. That's how much it can cost you. Tommy Haynes, 12th position. Vern Bradley, 13th. Saving that fuel. He was able to finish. Kyle Stewart, Wesley Whitfield, Hal Amy, Jerry Cochran, Mayhem Moody there in the 88. Jacob Daniels, Dakota Floyd, Richard Holland, tough break for him tonight. Going to finish in the 22nd position. John Sanu, Steve Blankenship, Glenn Jameson, tough break for him as well. Chuck Sweeting, saw him up towards the lead. I'm not sure what happened to him. 3 laps down. Keaton Tripp, Leo Lortz, Jerry W. Cochran. And that will round out your field for tonight. Appreciate you guys, everybody out there that was a part of this broadcast here at WFO. Tomorrow night, going live, 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time. We're getting ready to premiere another season of WFO for the Wicked Wednesday B-Car Class Series. We're going to have Camaros. We're going to have Supras, Camrys, whatever you want to call them. They're going to be all over the place. And we've got the Mustang. Hope you guys can join us tomorrow night. Yours truly, signing off. Hope you enjoyed this broadcast. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and never miss a single race here at WFO. Until next time, see you next week, Tuesday night. Take care, everybody. Racing. It's in our blood. From the No Limits at Texas. the high-speed banks at Daytona.
I mean, nobody's going to catch that 3-truck of Hal Amy as he takes it.
And the drop of the green flag. It's a green flag pit stops. It's in their DNA. We live for it. There's 7 nights in a week. And only one night matters to us. The moment to prove that we're the best. Laying down an entire season. Pushing the limits. We're made for it.
Bumper, Artie Peterson out to the lead. Glenn Jamison's pushing hard now. Garrett behind him. Top 5 could throw a blanket over it. Artie's going to drop down to the inside. 10 car's going to start pushing. These guys are getting a little dicey back in 5th and 6th place. Little contact between the 14 and the 70. 63, 3 wide in the front. Artie Peterson stuck out in the middle. Brandon Winning, we got a car down on the apron. 70 car, and now a car up in the wall. We got a wreck behind him. 1 lap to go. Rick Fagone has got the position right now. Garrett Helmlinger and Glenn Jamison neck and neck. We got a push on the inside. Push on the 10 car. Rick Fagone looks like he might pull it off neck and neck at the line. And the 10, oh, the Garrett Helmlinger. I can't believe what I just saw. It looks like Garrett Helmlinger.
Survival of the fittest. 16 chase drivers. 1 championship. Who's got what it takes? As they give the command to start the engines, it's time to find out. WFO is live right now.
On it, but man, Fagone has just a perfect 1 and 2 right there, Nation. Fagone's going to bring it off the bottom out of turn 4. Can he hold him off to the start finish line? And I believe he's going to, Nation.